Yo, what's up YouTube? My name is Chishu Zed. I am back in here with another video for you guys. You know how it goes. No more wasting time. Let's get it. Now, guys, this is not a celebrity gossip channel, right? This is not a channel for gossip, drama, none of that. That being said, once in a while, I do use celebrities because of their familiarity, right? Mutual familiarity and their fame. And we can all kind of relate to their situations because they're widely known. I do use them for examples when I have thoughts that I want to share. In this situation, I want to talk about Quavo and Saweetie. We all know the story. They had a fallout and it wasn't a pretty one, right? It started off looking like they were going to break up, and then violence followed. They had that scuffle in the elevator where she swung on him, and then they kind of wrestled and he tried to restrain her. She ended up on the ground, and the elevator camera caught the whole thing. It looked pretty bad there for a second for Quavo if we didn't see that she swung on him first. But, you know, that tells me something about that relationship in specific, is that it was a toxic one. It was a toxic relationship. And for some reason, human beings love putting themselves in toxic situations. Everybody has either been there at one point or another. Maybe now you've taken the steps to be more proactive. You don't let that type of toxicity come into your life. So the word is Saweetie and Quavo were spotted hanging out again and spending some time together. I just want to say this, man. If you're in a situation right now, or this might happen to you in the future, so you might want to listen up, where you're with a woman that gets you to the point where you have to get physical with her, let her go. Don't take her back. It's not worth it. No amount of love, no amount of connection is worth that shit. And I'm saying this to protect you, right? Because as much as anyone wants to say, oh, Saweetie should be held accountable, the point is that she wasn't, right? She wasn't held accountable for swinging on him. She didn't serve jail time for assaulting him. And so getting back in a relationship with somebody, a woman especially, who leads you to violence is just a bad deal. It's a dumb decision. I don't think he should do that. Why? Because she's shown her true colors, right? On camera. Listen, I'm not saying she's a terrible person. Again, I'm not saying she's a terrible person, right? I am saying she obviously has some serious issues that she needs to work out. But what you shouldn't do as the man is play therapist, because you will get in trouble. Let me tell you guys something. I was in a situation at one point. I remember it's only happened probably about like one time to me that a woman has gotten physical. And it wasn't really that bad. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's usually not that bad with most times, you know, but it's still unacceptable. I remember I was dating this one girl and she would get mad. And one time she kind of like tried to swing on me. You know what I mean? And I backed off. But there were people there. When they saw that, they called the cops. Cops showed up because people saw it and somebody called the cops. And immediately the cops show up. She was so turned up that she starts telling the cop, oh yeah, I swung at him. Oh yeah, I tried to hit him. Oh yeah, I swung at him. Right? And guess what the cop did? The cop told her to go home. Right? And just think, what if that cop showed up and I was doing that, right? Talking confidently in that way, saying, oh yeah, man, this is what I did, blah, blah, blah. Because I didn't, and I've never done that to a woman in my life. But who's to say that story could not have been used against me? That was a situation where I had a wake-up call with dealing with women who get violent. So that situation was de-escalated. The chick ended up leaving my situation, right? And the cop looked at me and said, bro, he seriously looked at me and he says, bro, you look like a good guy. If you keep messing with that girl, you're gonna end up in jail. That's what he told me. Never forgotten it. Right? I was a lot younger back then, but now I don't tolerate women who don't have control of their emotions and are prone to violence. Right? So guys, stay away from those type of women is my advice to you. You don't want to be in that situation. Because once you decide to defend yourself against a woman, what she did doesn't matter. Just remember that. I know we want to sit here and say, oh no, women should be held accountable. We should tell them, yes, they should be. But what's the reality? The reality is they don't hold women as accountable as they're going to hold you. Right? So first things first, everybody should be keeping their hands to themselves. But when I look at Quavo and Saweetie, I'm thinking of that elevator situation where they got into it. I'm just like, man, why do people love going back to toxic relationships? Why? Why? Why do people love going back to that toxic relationship where things got really, really bad? And it's just a cycle that continues. Be careful. You don't go back to those type of situations because things can escalate. We look at the Chris Brown situation with Rihanna. That shit escalated quickly, and he paid for that. It didn't matter what she did. It mattered how he reacted. As the man, you have more responsibility to maintain yourself. Yes, we live in a world where men and women are equal, but let's get back to reality. It's not that way in real life. Men are held to a higher level of accountability than women, period. Now, the story might be different here, right? Saweetie might have went and got some therapy, which is helpful. He might have went and got some therapy, which is also helpful. And she might be in a better place. And if that's the case, hey, that's good. That's good. But I really wanted to use their situation to just speak generally when it comes to toxic relationships, man. Women that disrespect you. She doesn't view you as alpha if she's disrespecting you, bro. She doesn't. When she's putting her hands on you. You should never be with the woman who allows you to get to the point where you have to act in that situation, period. As soon as you notice a woman is not all the way there and her emotions get the best out of her, and you check her one time and she repeats it, leave. Be gone. Because what will happen is if you stay, she will get you out of frame. And when you're out of frame, you're in your feminine, you're emotional, you're easily triggered. And we all know how that ends, right? An emotional man is a dangerous man, mostly to himself. Stay focused, man. Stay on your purpose. Forget the toxic relationship. Forget these toxic women. Be cool. Spot good women. They do exist. Needle in a haystack. You're going to have to look really far, high, and wide. But they're there. You know. Focus on you, man. But I know that's the last thing people want to do is they don't want to leave the good pussy. Because that's really what it is, man. That toxicity and that back and forth. The sex is good in most cases. Sex is fire. Right? I know, I get it. I've been there. But you got to be able to walk away from that for the greater good of yourself. You've got to sacrifice. Men don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to sacrifice temporary pleasure for future peace of mind and well-being. That's what this channel is about, man. It's about giving you RP content, RP knowledge that will land you in a better place in your future. But in order to do that, you got to sacrifice. You got to cut people off who are toxic. Men, women, right? The woman in your life. You got to sacrifice. You got to go through a time of cleansing. For anything good that comes, sacrifice is required. It's part of having that alpha mentality that you've got to adapt. A beta stays in a relationship because she's the best he's ever had. Bro, man, it's so good. The cheeks are so good, bro. I wish you knew it's so good. It doesn't matter, man. Let it go. Let it go. For your own self-respect, for your own manhood, let it go. Let her go. You look dumb. You look stupid. When you're in a situation where you're going back and forth with toxicity with the woman, you look dumb. Let her go. Because if you don't, and you aren't willing to sacrifice temporary pleasure for future success and peace of mind, then you're going to pay for it. You will. Laws of nature, man. It is what it is. If you enjoyed this video and want to do some amazing things for me, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. Listen, I appreciate every single last one of you and hope you guys are doing well. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the topic. As you know, I stay in the mix. Talk to you guys soon. My name is Chisha Zed. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.